What is good? What is popping, everybody? Hope you're all having a great day. Today, we've got a pretty awesome video coming to you guys. As you can probably tell by the title, and as you can see on the screen here, we're talking about the PTR, the public test realm, and it's finally coming to New World. I'm really happy with New World after, their last little patch that kind of broke the game with a bunch of bugs. We're all saying that we really think they should have a PTR so we can test it before they go live. Seems like they listened to our calls and our prayers and everything, and we're finally getting one. It's really awesome. We're going to dive into this. Now, you guys don't have to buy anything or anything. As long as you have a copy of New World and you've purchased it, you will be able to opt into this. Now, it is like per server basis, right? So it only can go up to a certain amount of people on the server that they're doing the PTR on. So if you can't get into this time, you can maybe get into the next PTR. So it looks like they're doing it in like waves. So anyway, before we get into this, you already know if you are enjoying this, make sure that thumbs up button helps me out a lot. Let me know you enjoy this kind of content, and subscribe if you haven't already. We've got a really great community going on here, so why not be part of it? With all that being said, guys, let's get right in the video. All right, so like I said, we're talking this PTR. Now, this is pretty awesome stuff. In this article, they kind of cover when it's coming out and exactly what's coming on the first kind of wave. So let's get right into it. So it says, greetings, adventurers. Our goal is to provide you with the best possible experience in Eternum. That means getting feedback and testing early and often, especially with our players that have provided phenomenal feedback and helped us track down a plethora of issues since launch. We have many new and exciting changes planned for the future New World, and as part of that preparation, we would like to introduce a new program, New World PTR. So first and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to everyone that has actually gone to the forums and kind of gave some feedback. There was a lot of kind of shit talking and posting just in general. And I was saying in a lot of my videos, and I've always been somebody that's been saying, if you have issues, you should really go to the forums. And you guys might not think your voice is being heard, but obviously it is. They're hearing us and they're trying to make the game better. And I think that's the best way to make the game better is by actually giving constructive feedback and going to the forums and telling what's going on so they can actually try to fix some stuff. So shout out to you guys. You guys are probably part of the reason why this is even a thing. So anyway, let's get into it. We don't have to go fully into here. A PTR is essentially like a test realm that you can get into to test out before they go live. Now, it says here, by the end of the day, everyone with a copy of New World will find the New World PTR application in their Steam library. Downloading the standalone application allows interested players access to check out the latest preview version and provide feedback. PTR servers will officially open tomorrow, November 10th at 12 p.m. PT. Servers are limited, and at the start, will only be one world available in the US East and one available in Central Europe. So it looks like it's kind of not going to be in the US West or some SC servers and stuff. So just know that I think you're going to be able to, like for me, I'm going to try it. I'm on US West. If I can try to get into the US East and try to play it, hopefully I'm going to be able to. When the test period is complete and the main New World game is updated with the previewed content, all worlds will shut down and be wiped clean. You will still see the New World PTR application in your Steam library, but there will be no active servers until the next time we announce a test. So essentially, they're going to have it up. When they have new changes, they're going to let however many people test it, and then it's going to shut down when it goes live. And then when it comes on again, you can reapply and kind of get in. And again, just like there's a feedback in the actual live New World, they're going to have a new PTR subforum that lets you put kind of feedback and problems and stuff into the forums for just the PTR itself. So that's cool. Now let's get into what this iteration of the PTR, they would like to appreciate the feedback on the following subjects. Now, this is what I really want to. I've been waiting for this weapon, the Void Gauntlet, man. What I really like, I've always liked the idea of having like melee magic kind of weapons, like a battle mage almost kind of thing. And I'm super stoked on this ever since we saw the leak regarding that half of the tree was like a ranged kind of DPS / utility healing stuff, and the other one is like a melee version with like void blades. I was like, oh hell yeah, dude, like I cannot wait for this. So let's get right into it. The Void Gauntlet is manifested in Eternum. Manipulate the powers of the void to support your allies and debilitate your enemies with this magical DPS / support hybrid. It's the first weapon to scale on both intelligence and focus, making it a great pairing with the life staff and other magic weapons. And the Annihilation Tree focuses on maximizing damage at close range and revolves around the Void Blade, a summoned blade of corrosive void energy. The Decay Tree offers ranged healing and debuffs that revolves around Orb of Decay, a dual-phase projectile that can debuff enemies and heal allies. With its arsenal of buffs and debuffs, the Void Gauntlet is perfect for group combat and can significantly bolster your allies at the expense of your enemies. So I can't even describe to you how excited I am to try this. This Void Blade, the whole maximizing damage at close range and revolves around, that sounds awesome. Now, one thing that I've seen some people talk about this, obviously this is a really hot topic, but something that I think not a lot of people are touching on is that this was pretty much verbatim of like what we knew from the leaks, right? Like this was like kind of data mined and found out. So what that means to me is that the stuff that also has been data mined is probably pretty accurate, or at least as of right now it is. So that's a pretty big indicator of like what's to come. So some people, you know, there's been like pistols, blunderbuss, one-handed maces and stuff like that. And sure, we have some in-game art or like some concept art that talks about that and stuff, but what's been data mined, this seems to be pretty much exactly what was data mined. So that's a pretty cool thing to think about, that anything that's been out is probably going to be, or that's been data mined is probably going to come out eventually. Overall though, I'm like so excited for this Void Blade. Let me know, or Void Gauntlet, sorry, I can only think about the Void Blade. Let me know what you guys think down below. I think I'm going to try to pair this Void Gauntlet with my Rapier. I don't know how that's going to be because it scales off of intelligence, and so does the so does a Rapier, so I'm hoping that can maybe be a thing. I don't know, that sounds awesome to me, but I'm going to try it out nonetheless. Moving on to some more stuff in the PTR. They have new missions and mobs. There's a new enemy type coming, and it says new dangers have landed on our southern shores. The Varangian raiders have sailed down from the north and brutally carved out sections of each territory to establish a base of operations. From war camps on the beaches of First Light to Monarch's Bluff to an entire fort they've captured in Everfall, face off against fierce Varangian hewers, Varangian scouts, and Varangian knights, and Varangian archers, level range 16 to 20, as you ascertain their true intentions. So this is awesome, new enemy types. Now, what this also makes me question, so I've talked about this before, and a few other people I know have too, but all this kind of seems like they're setting up for future content, right? So they're adding another enemy type, and now it might be like, well, it's only 16 to 20, so most of us aren't even going to be worrying about them. While that's maybe true for current content, this is a whole introduction of another enemy type, which means that they might just be, you know, the next zone that comes out, these might be the main people. They might have an update. One of the dungeons might have nothing but these guys in it. So this is a really kind of good predecessor to see what they're doing and like the future of the game. Now, obviously, it kind of not sucks, but it's unfortunate that most people are probably not going to be facing these guys right off the bat, and not a lot of people are probably going to be making a new character just to try these new guys between 16 and 20. But you can still go in at 16, try to see them, and you know, have fun with it. Now, obviously, it's not going to be very difficult if you're 60 or higher level, but it's still cool to see that this kind of introduction it really kind of helps set up, in my opinion, for what's going to be coming in the new world update. Enemy variety. Reinforcements have arrived. Be on the lookout for new enemies scattered across terrains such as Withered Swarmmancer, Beetle, the Lost Shaman, Pirate Alligator, Ancient Guardian, Pyromancer, and Enhanced Corrupted Laborers. These additions will bring unique combat encounters to lower level open world experience. I don't know about you guys, but the only one that stands out of this one is a Pirate Alligator. If you're telling me that there's going to be an alligator that has an eye patch or wearing a hat or somehow a peg leg, I am so sold, it's unreal. That is... I hope Amazon, please give me an alligator with a pirate hat, eye patch, and have a parrot on his shoulder or something. Oh my God, please. But in all like seriousness, this is a really cool update. They're adding, you know, more of the same enemies that we have, but different varieties and variations of them. So that's really cool to see. Again, this seems lower level. They seem to be focusing maybe on the lower level. So again, to kind of maybe for future content, what's going to be coming out. So I'm interested to see the future of these kind of things. Okay, so new enemy quest. What brings these new and ruthless visitors to our shores? Seek out Abigail Rose in the wilds of Western Everfall to get started on one of 2 new quests available, which deal with the arrival of the Varangians. While their motives for coming south may remain a mystery, one thing seems clear. This is just an expeditionary force. More will come. So these are Varangians, and like I was just talking about this. And truth be told, I haven't actually read most of this stuff before, and I wasn't just like predicting this. Or I should say, I was just predicting this. This is setting up for future content. This is exactly what they're doing. This is just an expeditionary force. That means that there's we're either going to see it in higher levels soon. Either this is kind of like an ongoing thing that these guys are like now invading Eternum or something. Like, it's cool. Like, they're adding more stuff to the game. A lot of people have been worried that there's not a lot of variation and the same kind of mobs and stuff. And now obviously they're adding more, and this is really awesome. I'm really excited to see what this comes to be. If it's going to be, whether it's going to be an expedition, it's going to be a new zone, and past level 60, you know, that kind of stuff. So we're going to have to see. Moving on, new legendary weapon quests. There's just going to be a new legendary weapon quest, it seems, for the Void Gauntlet at level 60, which makes sense, right? The new weapon comes out, you have to have the new legendary weapon quest, so that's cool. Improved main story quest lines. Quests in the main storyline have been improved with new task types and quest variants, including wave events, destructible objects, and proximity nodes for tracking. you'll see some of these as you progress through the story, and more improvements are still on the way. Okay, cool. So it's just making the main story quest lines better. Now, the main story quest lines are like probably one of the best sources of XP, if not the best. So obviously you should be doing them when you are leveling up, but this is cool to see that they're improving it. PvP faction missions. Now, this is huge. We made a previous video on it. They made Newell's talked about this a couple times. This is the new PvP missions that are coming out. Now, I've been really excited for these. There's been a kind of a lack of PvP quests, and also I don't think the PvP quests have even been really PvP, right? Like, you didn't have anything for killing people or like trying to actually fight in PvP. They are more PvE, like cut down a tree in this area or stand in this area for a minute, 30 seconds, or something like that. So let's get into it. Our goals is to add more variety for PvP players and create a balanced experience for players highly engaged with territory control. 3 brand new PvP missions have been added. In addition, almost all PvP missions now reset on death rather than being forfeited. Note that poach missions have been removed for a better directed set of PvP missions. This is really awesome that they are resetting on death. So essentially, if you're out in the world and you die, instead of just forfeiting them, it just resets. That's a really nice quality of life change. The poach missions, for some reason, I can't think of that off the top of my head what those are. Based off of it being called poach, I'm assuming that means killing something in an area, like killing cats or something. So I wonder if that's what they're doing. That's, I mean, again, that's not really a PvP quest. I'm glad they're removing that. Now let's look into the actual PvP missions. Control points. These missions send you out to capture controls of forts. That's fucking awesome. That is so cool. That is like, I've been wondering why there's forts, and obviously you go to like maybe kind of disrupt the area or maybe be able to throw it into conflict, but the fact that there's no PvP missions or like actual things in the game telling you, hey, go do this, I don't know, that's awesome. I'm so excited for it. Intercept, defeat enemy faction members and collect their tiers. I really hope that means they collect their tiers. I really hope when you kill somebody, they're actually drop something called like a tier. Now, obviously, they're probably just being metaphorical of like, oh, they're going to cry because you kill them, but that'd be awesome if they added some little action. Not even like, it's not even worth anything. It's just like how many tiers you've collected. It's like almost like a stat. That'd be so cool. War camp loot, retrieve hidden plans at the enemy war camp. That's cool. I wonder where the war camp is going to be. Now, I'm assuming that might mean a fort, but I don't know. And if you guys know, I don't know if I'm just completely forgetting something basic. Let me know if you guys know what the enemy war camp is, or if that's something new, because I can't think of where that is, but that's still cool. It might just be like a random like a random spot on the map in an area that you have to go to. But that's cool. I'm super excited for these. These are like awesome. I can't even describe. These are just fun, right? Like most people right now are only turning on open world PvP for fun. And this only increases the fun and actually gives you some gain, and it's cool. I'm really excited to see this stuff. Moving on, the trading post experience. We kind of talked about this. They've known about this, but all the trading posts have been linked and are now unified. So essentially, I talked about this in the previous video, but if you buy something in one area, you can buy something when you're in like Everfall from Morningdale, and it kind of works like that. Additionally, transaction taxes on purchases you make are defined by the settlement in which you are making the purchase. Items listed in sell orders that expire return to the settlement from which they were posted. So just kind of, it's kind of self-explanatory, but essentially you can buy from anywhere now, which again, I talked about in my previous video. I'm not sure how much I like it. It might actually kind of disrupt the economy. It might help it. We're going to have to see, but this is something to keep an eye out for sure. And then they go over here with there's an FAQ to kind of top it all off about how you access the PTR. Again, you don't need to have anything special. As long as you have the game, you should be able to essentially get into your Steam library and try to get into it. There may be queues, they say. That's so funny. There's probably going to be as many queues as day one, I would say. Probably not as much, but there's going to be some. Can you play with or transfer my live characters to the PTR? No, there's no transfers. Can I provide design feedback regarding what's included in the PTR? Preview game builds on the PTR are finished with their core development are in the final phase of testing and bug fixing. So essentially here, if like they're adding a new design to the game or a new function, they're saying that if you are trying to give feedback on that actual function, it's probably already going to be released. They're just looking to make sure that it works intended, if that makes sense. Obviously, you still tell them, but they're trying to say that the intent on the feedback isn't to stop probably a new addition to the game coming in. It's more of like making sure that addition works properly and as intended. I have a problem. How can I contact customer support? Our policies of the code of conduct cover the PTR. In-game moderation will continue to be supported. Unfortunately, due to the temporary and potentially unstable nature of the PTR, general customer service assistance through both live chat and both support websites will not be available. It's kind of to be expected. I know this is probably going to make a couple people upset, but this makes sense if you think about it. They already have not like they already have a lot of people trying to talk on the live server and try to figure out stuff there. Bring something over to a PTR that's only going to be up for a set amount of time, and there's going to be known bugs and stuff like that. It makes sense that it's not going to be like super customer service oriented, or like you can't reach out, because again, at the end of the day, servers get wiped after the PTR time is done, right? So it's not like you're worried, oh, I can't play my character, I'm going to lose my character, because you're going to lose it anyway. After the 5 or 7, however long the PTR session is up, you're going to lose it all anyway. So it makes sense. I know some people are going to be upset about it, but I understand this. I don't want to participate. Can I remove the app from my library? Don't worry, no offense taken. I like that. Players can manage visibility of the New World public test realm through the stream library entry, opening up the game options, right click, and so it tells you how. So you can opt out of it essentially if you don't want to. Overall, sorry guys, I know this is probably a pretty long video, but this is really awesome. I wanted to go over everything, show you guys kind of a little preview of what's coming in the PTR itself, give you my thoughts and opinions on it. Overall, I'm super excited. I'm very, very happy Amazon's doing this. Something that we all were really, really wanting, and they're finally doing it, and I just can't wait to test it out. I'm on US West, like I said. I'm hoping I could still maybe go on to US East and get into it. I'm going to have to see. I really would like to test it out, especially the Void Gauntlet. Oh my God, I cannot wait for that Void Gauntlet and the new PvP faction missions. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And you guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Any questions, concerns, everything. I'll be happy to answer you guys, talk to you guys. I know this is a really big update, so I want to hear you guys' opinions. Are you guys happy with this? I'm sure most of you people are. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it. If you did enjoy this, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Lets me know you enjoy this kind of content. It helps me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already. We got a great community going on over here, and we got a lot of stuff coming. I'm going to have a video probably coming up in the next couple of days about kind of my kind of thought process of this channel and where I want to take it. Now, obviously, I've only been doing New World content because I love New World and I'm not stopping playing, but I'm going to be honest and say that I am probably going to be branching out to some other games. There's obviously other games that I like to play, and I do want to make content on it, and it's going to be informational stuff maybe like this, maybe some just fun stuff, entertainment, but more on that in the video in the future, so make sure you subscribe to be, check out for that. Anyways, that's going to do it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Until next time, take it easy.